Hi and welcome to this February 2024 Taurus reading. Thank you so much for being here. We are looking at a general energy in the beginning of the reading. In the second part of the reading, we are looking at a relationship dynamic. My way of reading the cards is not necessarily a way where I predict the future or predict what you're going to do. It's more like a reflection on a possible situation, on a maybe a narrative in your head, and we might find deeper insight into a relationship dynamic by exploring options and possibilities. Let's see what the cards have to say for you and what they have to say to me. All right. We start with an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, we're gonna just let that sit here for a second. Nine of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Okay, Taurus, a lot of Pentacles. That's very beautiful. Because it seems like you do understand your value. You do understand your worth. You've come into a place of also safety and security within yourself. Maybe with the Nine of Pentacles, we are very aware of what we are capable of. We are quite independent. We feel good in our bodies. We feel accomplished, I want to say. Maybe it is a time where you want to think about where you put your next step, or where you make your next step, because with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, it seems like you're not quite sure if you want to go a certain way with everything you've accomplished, with everything you've worked for so far. Maybe there is this question of what do I want to invest in next, because it seems like you're very abundant here. With the Nine of Pentacles, we're in a very abundant energy. So with the Ace of Pentacles, we can really think about, especially when it's in the reverse, maybe also thinking about not giving something away, maybe thinking about not investing in a new thing, maybe thinking about not starting a new project just right now, you know, maybe waiting a little bit, or maybe understanding that not every opportunity is an opportunity we have to take. We don't have to say yes to everything, even though something presents itself as an opportunity. When the Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse, it could also be that something you thought might be a door opening is not opening. So that's also sometimes the case, you know. So a lot of Pentacles, though, I like it, and especially with the Nine of Pentacles, we can really tap into a very secure space within ourselves, mostly. Ooh, Two of Cups, beautiful. There is a lot of positive energy also coming towards you. You can feel the love, you can feel the understanding, you can feel the connection with people, maybe with a specific person, maybe with a partner. And if you are thinking about a new endeavor with a partner, maybe, or with a person that is very close and dear to your heart, and it's not happening or it's not working, then don't worry, because I feel like the love is still here. You know, if you are really meeting the situation with love and understanding, then it's fine to maybe not go a certain way. Maybe it's also a decision you make with a person together. And at the same time, you're coming from a very independent place. So this is beautiful. This is actually a very beautiful combination of cards here. Let's see what the relationship, I want to see what's on the bottom of the deck. Three of Wands. Yeah, that makes sense. The Three of Wands in the reverse can say that we might not see the vision just yet. So we might want to take a little bit more time to really let the vision unfold before our eyes. It's also a card where it's often said the ship's coming back in. So maybe you don't see necessarily coming back in what you've sent out so far, and maybe it takes just a little bit more time. Maybe it's not the right time to invest into something. I'm not saying don't invest into anything. You know, I'm not trying to give an advice. It's more like maybe we want to think about slowing down a little bit this month and really stay in our independence, and at the same time meet people on an emotional level, on a secure, emotional, open level, and from a very stable place, which is a great place to meet people in. You know, if you're coming from this sort of place with yourself, then it's a very, very good place to actually maybe meet a new person in a love context. And as I said, with the Three of Wands, maybe there is not yet the idea or the action plan. With the Wands, we are talking more action plan to implement those steps you want to take, and that's perfectly fine. You know, the Moon card is also suggesting that there is things hidden still that need to come to the surface, that there is maybe knowledge that is hidden, that there is maybe a situation where you're not quite sure, where we are a little bit tapping into the unknown, and that might just take some time. Okay, let's look at the relationships. I do relationship readings in a way where it's not necessarily another person that is a romantic interest. It could be any person, you know. It could be a family member, a close friend, or maybe a work colleague, or just outside sources in general. Okay, we have the Three of Discs in the reverse and the Lovers in the reverse. Well, it could very well be, of course, a love interest, especially because we have the Two of Cups here and the Lovers, so that both is very suggestive of love interest. So, good. Well, but I mean, good. How good is it really? Because it's, yeah, there is again it's repeating the theme of maybe not being able to work with each other right now on something. This other person is with the Three of Discs might be not ready to work on something, or might have a lot of responsibilities outside and cannot really put the effort into this connection or into a project. And therefore there's a little bit of a sense with Lovers in the reverse of maybe not really letting yourself step deeper into this at this time. It might not feel right. Starting something here might not feel right. Whatever this starting means, you know, in a working context, it could be like, this is not the right time to start a project, or I'm not feeling 100% like I'm able to let go into this. I'm not seeing myself like letting myself fall into this completely. This doesn't, you know, have to mean like something is not happening. It's just like that's the energy that's coming out here with the cards. It might, of course, be something where one thing reflects on the other or mirrors the other, or is the result of the behavior of another person where you don't know, you know, what started this whole situation. Because with the Three of Discs in the reverse, of course, if somebody is not really offering us the effort, or is not really putting the work in, or is maybe busy with other stuff, then we might not really be feeling it, you know, 100% with the Lovers in the reverse. So let's see what else wants to come out here. Daughter of Cups, yeah, and that's beautiful because we do have these Two of Cups here that also suggest, okay, with enough understanding and love, the situation could be just a temporary situation, because I don't see you with the Nine of Pentacles. We are very much in our strength and we are very confident. It's not really throwing us off our whole, like, you know, mojo. With the Two of Cups also, we have this deep love and understanding for other people, and especially for close people that we spend our lives with, or that are just like in our environment. With the Daughter of Cups, again, there is a lot of understanding, a lot of openness, a lot of emotional openness, and a lot of maybe just understanding, especially if you're in a partnership or in a friendship that is just a very stable long-term thing. Sometimes there's just phases, you know, where people cannot put in the effort because there's just things going on, and there's still a lot of understanding with the Daughter of Cups. There's a lot of openness from both sides to share feelings, to be also kind and gentle. The Daughter of Cups is of course very kind, very gentle, very still nurturing, and very open-hearted. So the situation can still be handled in a very open-hearted and kind manner. All right, this is a short reading. I want to maybe draw some more cards because this is definitely too short. Two of Swords. Yes, there's sometimes we need to take time, and this is more the other energy in this case, to really also make the right decision and to come into peace with within ourselves, to weigh the options, to kind of combine the contradictory stuff and find a middle ground. That's all the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card that is so much more than just a decision, you know. I'm just, I don't want to, you know, talk bad about other tarot card readers, but you know, those cards do have meanings, and those cards do have deeper meanings, and it's just not very respectful to the cards to just say, oh, a decision. It's much more than that. And some artists really get it, you know, who are illustrating those cards, and this artist really gets it. What the Two of Swords actually means. And when we look at this card, I mean, she's in this yoga pose, there is this infinity sign, she's balancing out a long-term decision, or she's balancing out and finding the balance within to make a long-term decision and to really be able to step forward in a way that has a long-term effect. There is a moon in the background. We can't forget that the Two of Swords is a card in certain tarot decks of moon in Libra. So it's very much about relationships. It's very much about diplomacy. It's very much about figuring out the right thing to do. And on a very mind level, like in your head, but at the same time through a process of really balancing out your emotions and distancing yourself from emotions that are not stable. So yeah, just saying, it's much more than just a decision. It's the whole process of coming to a decision, and that often takes a lot of work, and that's why this person might not be able to really put the work in right now, because they really have to figure out what their next step is, and they really maybe also don't want to act in an unbalanced way towards you, and that's a good thing, you know. It's quite a responsible thing, actually, and I don't see a problem with understanding that, you know. There's still a lot of love, a lot of openness, a lot of compassion, and a lot of gentle and kind energy in the picture. So yeah, that's beautiful. Maybe one more for you. Oh, okay, that's bottom of the deck. Maybe in the past, it could be that there is situations in the past that might have felt similar, but the people had different intents. So it might bring something up from the past where you became maybe a little more radical in your approach. Where sometimes we're like, oh, this person is not, you know, just giving me their time, and I'm like cutting them out and blah. And I don't think that's, maybe this is something that's coming up a little bit, but I don't think in this situation this is helpful, you know, because it's just not that. It's something that maybe in the past was a thing, and it's really something that might only be being too harsh towards yourself, rather than having a constructive effect here with the Five of Swords in the reverse. So don't be harsh to yourself. That's really not a good idea in general. In general. Okay, so let's look at one Art Oracles card. These cards are contemporary and also classic artists and quotes of artists. Mies van der Rohe. Okay, interesting. This man looks like a very serious man. He says, I'm just showing you the picture. He says, one lives many lives in a one lives many lives in a lifetime. Yeah, I mean, true that. Yeah, so maybe this, as I said, especially in a relationship situation or a connection with other people, it's like just because in the past people acted with malintent in a way, and it reminds you of a behavior that you're seeing right now, it doesn't mean that this person or a person is having bad intentions. It might be actually quite responsible the way they are acting. Then he's saying a good idea deserves a good aphorism. Well, okay, yeah. I'm just gonna let that sit and stay here. And then he says, you quote vendor quote pseudonym. I'm gonna show you. So yeah, maybe you want a special name for yourself. Maybe you want to invent a special name for yourself, or maybe you want to find pseudonyms for a situation, like what ifs, you know. It could help maybe to think about. I like this. It brings me, for some reason, intuitively to this idea of what if, law of attraction manifestation technique. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. I love to, I love this manifestation coach, Veronica Eil. I'm not sure if you know her. I really like her energy, and she has this really great video about what if manifestation technique. So it's about questioning beliefs by just asking yourself, but what if, you know, it doesn't even have to be but. It's more like, what if this is not the case? What if this person is just like, what if I am just like, what if the situation is different than what I think? Because sometimes we get so stuck in certain ways of thinking that just questioning, if we can't just switch our beliefs, maybe start small, you know, maybe start questioning beliefs. Yeah. Interesting that came out. It was totally out of context in a way. Anyway, maybe this is helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting. Please subscribe to this channel. Please comment, and please check out my description box where you find everything about me and this channel and all the things that I'm doing next to the tarot, or the other way around, all the things that I'm doing besides the tarot. No, that's wrong. I'm doing stuff. Check out the stuff I'm doing. So yeah, and come back next time, and until then I hope you have a great time, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.